shit's in the safe. Got me a spot out the way. Nigga just tryna be safe.
Let's get to sports talk.
College prospect, and the fact when the quarterback he faced last night went 29 spots ahead of him in the same draft. Can you believe what we are seeing right now in a kid who seems as though he is sort of reshaping the sport before our eyes?
Yeah, I can believe what I'm seeing. I just didn't believe it would happen this fast or this quickly. And like you, Bobby, I watched him when he was at Louisville, and there were times he would sit in the pocket with no pressure and airmail a lot of balls. So we always talked about his passing ability or throwing in tight windows, and all that has improved dramatically. It was like overnight, all of a sudden, he can throw in the tight windows. He has touch on the football. And oh, by the way, he's fast as hell. He scrambles and can still do all those amazing things. So for him to be doing it at this,
It's a different him. They develop him. They work on that with him in the NFL. Not saying they ain't work with him in college, but in the NFL they work with him so they can help him take it to the next level. They work on everything, his footwork and everything. They work on that for him. How to set his feet. They work on him with a lot of things so he become a good NFL quarterback. And everyone was just down on him. Can he throw the football? Can he stay in the pocket? He showed that last night. He threw from the pocket and he threw a touchdown.
So quickly. I mean, it's phenomenal. I love it. Louis, you're an organization guy, so obviously a success of this magnitude, and this is one of the biggest stories we've had in the sport in a really long time. A lot of people get a lot of credit for this.
No doubt, and it starts at the very top with the people who selected him in the first place, with Ozzie Newsome, getting together with John Harbaugh, getting together with Steve Bisciotti, the owner, and saying, hey, look, when we take this young man, we have a very definitive plan from the first time we call him, how we're going to bring him along, and they have not deviated from it. Everybody has been on board with it. There's no reports sneaking out of this organization about, well, this coach didn't want him, and this coach did, and they don't think he can learn the offense fast enough. You've heard none of that nonsense, and that's why the Ravens have won championships. That's why this kid, from year 1 to year 2, took it upon himself to kind of dispel a lot of myths about quarterbacks, which is, you can't improve accuracy. Well, especially outside the numbers, which I know there's a lot of people who talk about that, the stats are what they are. Last year, he struggled throwing the ball down the field, plus 15, plus 20 outside the numbers. This year, he will gut you doing that. And that is a testament to him. He has taken that upon himself to go ahead and improve that in that area. But this organization has nailed the player development part of this, Greeny, in such a way that everybody's going to benefit this offseason, I can guarantee.
It shows you. When that GM selected you, he knows something there. So he retired and left them with a good quarterback. He knew what he was getting from Lamar. That's why he took him. All 30 teams in the first round left him with the Ravens. They ain't believe in him. Baltimore did. John Harbaugh said it last night. We built around him every skill set. That's what you have to do with a player. The skills he had, build a system around him and let him ease his way into it. And build something around him that fits him. And that's what he did. And that's why the Ravens are sitting at 12-2, because they put a system around him that fit everything he could do. That's why this team is successful this year. That's why it was coming along last year. That's why they made the playoff. They turned the system around and built it around him. Now it's fully around him. Now this team has took that next step.
Yeah, and so, part of that, you talked about, improving accuracy. I think a lot of us, when we watched him in college, part of the reason he wasn't as accurate, they didn't have great protection. They were asking him to do a lot of things. He's running around, he's scrambling, so that's going to have some off-target throws, have heat on you all the time. And my younger brother was a strength coach there with Louisville. And so I talked to him last night because I'm watching this, and I almost was still can't believe when you watch him make these throws. He goes, listen, in practice, we'd be sitting in these situations like this where 7-on-7, there's no pass rush. He'd rip that stuff off all the time. He has a strong arm. He has an accurate arm. I don't think he was ready to play last year, and I don't think they were really prepared to play him. And then the season kind of turned sideways, so it's all of a sudden, hey, now it's your show, when he was probably planning on sitting and developing a little bit more. And then moving him in this year to kind of do something?
I mean, remember, Joe Flacco was the starter, so how many reps was Lamar actually getting? How much time was he getting from the coaching staff? I mean, these people are dedicated to him now.
And that's the point.
That's it.
That was the beauty of it. They let him go through his growing pains on the field.
Sure.
Right? He didn't have time to practice, as you said. They threw him into the starting lineup.
Yeah, he ain't had time to get ready, to be the starter last year. But they throw him in there and let him see how fast the game is. Let him make his mistakes on the field. Let him develop that way. And he developed that way. He took it a step further and went ahead and be one step than anyone. Everyone just thought he couldn't throw the football. He started the season off hot for throwing the football, and he continued on this season throwing the football. He showcased that last night that he could throw the football from the pocket. And he was delivering it, dropped it right there in the basket. He just showing everyone that doubted him. That's that chip on his shoulder. Everyone didn't believe in him. People wanted him to switch his position. Now everyone wanted to be the bandwagon and believe in him now. It's the same thing that you were saying. He should have switched. No, he shouldn't. He had 30 touchdowns in college. That should have put that in y'all head that he can throw the football. How the heck he got 30 touchdowns and y'all say he can't throw the football? You gotta throw the football to get to 30. In this season in the NFL, he got 33 touchdowns. They show you from college that he can throw the football. They showed that last night. They showed you this season that he can throw the football. And he broke Michael Vick's record last night.
And then he was like, well, we're going to have the ups and downs. He had those ups and downs, and now it's all up.
And the downs have been comparatively very few. I mean, what is his record as a starting quarterback, Kemba? It's ridiculous. And oh, by the way, I feel the need to keep saying this. Joe Burrow is going to win the Heisman Trophy as a collegiate tomorrow. He's older than Lamar Jackson is. Lamar Jackson is younger than Joe Burrow is. He's still that young. So it is incredible. What is happening is an unbelievable, improbable NFL story where you can
give him the MVP. Give it to him. Give him the MVP. Let's stop the debate. He's winning the MVP.
Correct. They could just take it to his house right now.
Yes.
And the joy that every single member of that team seems to be taking in playing with him and surrounding and supporting him is evident for everyone to see. They're the team to beat in the AFC. Of that, there is no doubt. The question that I would have, and we pointed it out during the highlight, the one scramble where he takes the big hit, you sit there and you think to yourself, we just can't have that, right? Two more games, comparatively meaningless, we can't have that.
Right, exactly. And look, I think it was Greg Roman, or someone alluded to the fact that, and it was Greg Roman, he alluded to the fact that, look, Lamar, when he actually is controlling the action, meaning he's out on the perimeter and he's running the football, is when he's really safest, because that's where he kind of can keep his eyes on who's coming after him. He can kind of duck, dodge, get out of bounds when he needs to. But see, and sometimes when you're in traffic like this and you're in the briar patch, so to speak, you're going to take some shots like this. And this is what we all worry about. We just don't want him getting caught in a compromising position where all of a sudden you're talking about, oh my God.
Because I'm looking over at John Vilma, who has an angry face just sitting here doing television. I can't imagine what it was like on the football field. And I'm imagining, if you're that linebacker sizing him up on that play, you're not sitting there thinking, boy, this young man is a great story. You're trying to...
Oh, of course.
Right?
I'm trying to get a nice shot on him. I'm trying to get him out because he is the Baltimore Ravens offense. And you look at it and you say, if I can get a clean shot on him, I'm dead.
Everything run through Lamar. This offense go as he go. He gonna have some plays that he might take a hit, like that play. Then in his zone, he's gonna take a hit. It might be some times he might not get a chance to go out of bounds. It might be a chance they seal it off and hit him. It's going to happen. In the NFL, it's going to happen. You're gonna take some big hits that you should be taking, but it happens. But you could tell last night he put that MVP on lock. He made that game look easy. You know, I know they were playing against the Jets, but he made that game look easy. At will. Got him down the field at any time he wanted. Scoring at will. Like how he just got that offense just rolling and how he got that flow to him And he just went out there with ease and took care of business. Everything everyone was talking about last night, he did. Broke the record, ran the football, stayed in the pocket, throwing dimes. He just showing them that's all the doubt y'all had in me. Baltimore missed 3 consecutive playoffs, and he came back and put Baltimore in the playoff 2 years in a row, clinched the AFC North. He just showing you I could do this, and he changed that franchise again. That franchise was looking for another sport, and they got it from him. Good draft pickup. They know what they was gonna get out of him. That's why they went ahead and select him, and look what he's doing now in the record books. Got this team an opportunity to set themselves up to have home field advantage. I think they already got that. To be able to have a run at a championship. If they keep this up, Baltimore might be in the Super Bowl again.
I'm going to take my chance.
To Vilma's point, we talk about the corners turning it back inside. Like if you're an inside guy, a defensive lineman, you're running every play of the game.
You're praying it gets turned in.
Praying for that one shot where he cuts back and you're able to hit him. And not that you're trying to hurt him.
That's right, but it's legal.
It's a much different game with RG3.
You're trying to hurt him. It's all clean. It's all legal. You are trying to. You want him out the game.
Yeah, you're making him not want to run the football.
Yeah, let's not act like we want to help him up and be like, hey, you okay? Like, no. You're thinking my butt right now.
To be fair, you're trying to hurt him, not injure him, right?
That's right.
That's the way the sport. That's called football.
That's right.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, highlights, and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app and